Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Cody Talks Politics, where human politics is explained by dogs for dogs. On today's episode, we're talking about the Supreme Court nomination of a human named Brett Kavanaugh. This is complicated stuff because there's nothing in the dog world that's anything like a court in the human world. So this might have to be a two-part episode because there's a lot to go over here, dogs, and we have a short attention span. Plus, I have bones to eat. Anyway, basically, humans have these things called laws, or rules, that they have to follow, which is like stay off the couch, or only poop outside. Courts are places where humans go to ask other humans, called judges, to decide important things like what kinds of rules should be followed, and whether or not a rule was really broken. And I think this is pretty cool because these judges are supposed to be neutral parties when they decide about the rules. Like, I wish we had something like this in the dog world, because sometimes your human will come home and he'll see toilet paper all over the living room, and just because you look guilty, he automatically decides that you broke the rules. And he'll be like, "Did you eat this? Did you eat this?" And you're like, "No, it wasn't me. I don't even like that kind." But no one's listening to you because you can't talk. And it's not really fair, because he's angry, and maybe he's not thinking clearly, and perhaps an impartial judge could see that you're not the only suspect. I mean, maybe one of the humans did it. This time. Anyway, so that's what judges do, and this Brett guy was just nominated to the Supreme Court, which is the most important of the rule deciders. So it's like, say you stolen a sock and your male human keeps telling you to drop it because it's against the rules to chew socks, but you don't want to drop it. So you look at your female human for help, and then she tells you to drop it and you put it down because she's the Supreme Court and she has the final say. Anyway, so the president of the American Humans just got to pick a new judge to be on the court, and it's pretty serious because American human politics is made up of two sides, Republicans and Democrats, which is basically the same as saying cats and dogs. So the court has 8 members now, 4 cats and 4 dogs. So obviously whoever they pick next is going to change the balance of the court for a generation. And remember, human years are 7 times longer than ours, so that's a really long time. And obviously, the balance of cats versus dogs in the court is pretty important. I mean, just think about it. If every time a cat came to the court with a complaint about how the dog is crossing the border of the living room to cat territory, the cat judges would just always side with the cats. And if only cats made and decided on all the rules for everybody, life in this living room would start to look a lot different. Anyway, there's another group of humans called the Senate that gets to decide if the president's nominee is okay to join the court. And there's always going to be some growling about it, but a lot of stuff has happened with this Brett human, and now it's turned into a real fight. Some people even think he might not just be a cat, but an evil cat. Anyway, it's a long story, and I'll have to explain in our next episode. But until then, stay informed, pups.